Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. We had a little bit of a struggle with our data analysis section, and I think it actually can be helped in two very simple things. So I'm going to give you a second attempt on that, and I'm also going to create an explainer video for you. Lesson learned for me, maybe I should have done this right from the beginning. So we're going to jump into it. I'm going to walk you through the hockey data stuff, and then hopefully on the other file, where you're talking about the safety data, hopefully you'll be able to translate these skills onto that. So here we go. We're looking at our hockey information. One of the things I realized that might have given you a little trouble is I noticed that these titles were actually missing. One of the other things I'm wondering might have given us a little bit of a problem is we were trying to have you work with these spreadsheets so that you weren't looking at just 4 pieces of information and would be able to just visually figure out what our answer was. So first notice that here's our information. I'm going to scroll all the way down and I can see that I've got quite a bit of data that I'm looking at here. So let's take a look at what these questions are and how we're going to figure them out. We want to make sure that we look at this information because for several of you in the workforce, you're going to be using spreadsheets quite a lot. They can do a number of different things for us, but very oftentimes you're going to be asked to work with such a large amount of data that relying on your calculator or relying on just counting something for yourself is not really going to be feasible. I am convinced that a lot of your spreadsheet learning is going to take place on the job that is going to be specific to whatever that company is asking you to do. But let's take a look at a couple basic things. So our first question was asking us about the oldest hockey player. I'm going to come right over here. I can see that I've got my birth date right here in this section, and I'm going to sort this. And I can sort it one way or another, but when I sort it, what I'm really trying to find out is I'm really just looking at those birth dates and I'm trying to find the oldest hockey player, so the man with the earliest birth date, which happens to be this Brian Gionta, I'm going to guess is how you say it. So here we go. This is going to be our oldest person. Our second thing that we want to take a look at, so that was using sort, were the team members from Pennsylvania. Again, I'm going to come right back over here, and Google Sheets works really well, but I want to sort this and find out how many people are from Pennsylvania. I'm going to come to column J, click on that down pointing arrow and sort it. And again, this information is not that gigantic, so I actually can come down and I could pretty easily just count that there are 4 people from the state of Pennsylvania. But let's do something that is a little bit more involved. So one of the things that gave us a lot of problems were using the functions or the formulas in Google Sheets, or we can also say Excel. So let's look at this average incident cost. All right, so let's come over here. Oh, actually that was from the other spreadsheet. Okay, well, we're just going to kind of go with it because we're in this. All right, so when we want to do the averages, anytime we want to do a formula in Excel, we have to tell Excel that we want to do some kind of mathematical formula and not just type in letters and numbers. And the way that we actually do that is we actually can come over here and we start out with an equal sign. So whether we want to just add up a couple numbers, whether we want to do something very, very sophisticated, it always has to start with an equal sign. So we want to work with this function called average. So we're going to start out and we're going to do equals. We're going to literally type in the word average. You can see that it's going to provide 1,000,001 different options for you. I don't even know what some of those do because I don't have to teach Excel every day, but I do the basics for my teacher job and also for my DECA stuff that I do. So now I want to average a list of numbers. So let's say that I wanted to find out the average weight of these hockey players. So I typed in average. I'm going to then put in a left parenthesis. So I'm going to see that over here, my weights are in column F. So I'm going to click on my first one and I'm going to drag all the way down to the last hockey player. And here we go. Okay, so my last hockey player is Alex Rigsby. After I do that, I'm going to come back over to where my formula was, and I'm going to close that with a right parenthesis. What I'm doing at this time is telling the spreadsheet I'm done with that number. When I hit enter, it's going to ask me if I want to autofill it, but I don't really care about that. I only needed that one average. Oh, crud. Let me just undo that real quick. Okay, well, I just screwed that up. So let me try it one more time. Okay, so I'm going to go equal, and I'm going to do average, left parenthesis. I want the average of the weight. I'm going to scroll down over here. So let's just consider this is like good for you, right? I'm going to scroll down right over here. I'm going to close it out with my right parenthesis, and I'm going to hit enter. All right, and here we go. So I can see that the average weight of the players on this list is 172 pounds. So that's your sort feature, and that's also going to be your average feature. Those are the two things that you're asked to do. When we move forward to the next lesson, we are going to ask you to do some other stuff, but that's all you need to know for now. You're more than welcome. I'm going to open up a second try on this so that you can try your new skills. Good luck. Reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.